Vladdy Jr.'s ridiculous signing bonus, $325 million. 65% of his $500 million contract, which includes no deferrals, will be paid out in a signing bonus spread out over the course of the 14 years. Signing bonus means you already get the money regardless of what happens after that. Even though the money doesn't all get paid out right away, the clarification for people to understand is that if we have a lockout, it doesn't matter. Vladdy's still getting his paycheck.
He was
no matter
smart.
What.
This whole thing was really smart. I've said it from the get-go. Not only was he smart with how he got it done, meaning how he basically made the Blue Jays have to sign him because of the way he played them, but then to do this with the signing bonuses, knowing there's a potential lockout. Not only that, he also doesn't have to get paid in Canada, the bulk of it. He's getting the bulk of it in Florida where he lives and there's no state tax. And he's going to save a crazy amount of money doing it this way. Listen, I give him and I give his agents a ton of credit for what they did and how they structured this is unbelievable. And the Blue Jays are like, sure, we'll do it.
Why?
Because it's chunk payments.
It's better that way
for teams. Yeah.
Ross Atkins said,
I don't know if he but here's my question. Does he get them at the end of every year or does he get them like in January? Because like I used to always try to sign before the new year, and then I could throw my signing bonus. I'd always try to get a signing bonus, and I'd get it thrown in before the new year so that I could use it on my taxes the year before, and I could use it in Florida. So that way, see?
Yes, I think you could go either. I think you could do it either way.
I know.
So you're saying, is it December or January? Because there's a difference there.
Yes.
The only thing I do know is it doesn't count on the season because it's after the season for the team's luxury tax or whatever
so
it
must
is,
be
right?
getting paid in December.
Probably December.
Whenever the
next cycle kicks
whatever
in.
the new cycle.
Why does so that's why Toronto does it? Because a lot of people are like, why does Toronto say yes to this? And also, is he so smart? Wouldn't every player ask for this? It's just that he has the leverage to actually
that's what I'm saying.
Get the yes.
That's what I said. He played him perfectly.
Yeah. If you're a player that lives in Florida, Kratz, every player wants to get as much of their signing bonus as possible. I mean, if it's up to a player, they'd get the whole signing bonus sent to them in their contract because then they don't have to pay taxes in wherever else it is.
I would have, I lived in Virginia when I played. I would have loved to have gotten a signing bonus. I mean, Virginia's state tax, I think, was like 6%. Canada was 14%. 14% on top of everything that you're earning, like your normal taxes. So if he say 14% on $325 million, that's $45.5 million. Obviously, I don't know. There's probably ways to work around that tax. But remember what Shai Davidi said when he was on here too, right after he signed, talking about how the Canadian dollar, the exchange wasn't great. I wonder if, currently, the Blue Jays get some benefit from that because maybe they don't have to, they can use different funds to pay those signing bonuses because it's technically not paying somebody that's in Canada. You follow what I'm saying? I wonder if somebody smarter than me would have to look that up, but he was talking about that, so that would be maybe another reason that the Blue Jays were like, yeah, sure, we'll do it.
I genuinely understand what you're saying, and I'm not smart enough to explain it to others. But yes, there are smart people that work for every team or every team's owner that know how to manipulate books to make it best as possible, which is fine. That's normal. That's how you do
things.
And
let's say for the Blue Jays, they're owned by Rogers, right?
Yep.
So if they do this at the end, I don't know how the Canadian tax cycle works, but it works, December to December, January to December here. At December 31st, if they cut that check to Vlad, that's a loss for them. So they can say, oh, we lost, $15 million extra at the end. See, so I mean, there's it's all about how you play with the money.
Do you think that they might have dynamic signing bonus years where they're like, hey, we want to balance it out? Kind of like how, if you have an investment, you would report the loss at the end of the year to counter it. I don't know. That might be too in the weeds.
I don't know. We need an accountant on here.
But $325 million in a signing bonus. That was an eye-popping number that came out.
It is, because you don't usually see that. You expect everyone just, you got 14 years, 500. Everyone's trying to figure out, how many millions per year is that?
Yeah.
But the way he did it, I mean, again, dude, it's kind of like the Shohei thing. California is changing the law because Shohei and the way he did his, deferred money, they're trying to change the law. Yeah, They're trying to change the law because what he's going to do is he's going to get the money somewhere else. He's going to get the bulk of his money so he doesn't have to pay it in California. It's smart.
It is.
If the team will do it, and you can do it that way. But for Vlad, the thing about Vlad that's smart is he still gets his money. the same time frame. It's just broken up differently. He just gets smaller checks through the year. He gets one giant check at the beginning of the year, and he gets a bunch of smaller checks. Now, I remember when I was playing, there was a couple guys that got paid year round. And there's some teams would be like, do you want to get paid 12 months or 6 months? I'm like, I'll just take the 6 months.
Some guys
would get paid year round, yeah.
So you get a monthly deposit.
Yeah. So you get it the whole offseason too.
So let's project this forward. Do you think this becomes more of a trend when we see things happen, right? Like the first opt-out, whatever amount of years ago that was. And it's like, oh, I wonder if there will be more of these. And I remember at the time, some people were like, nah, that's just for this player. Nope, there's a ton of opt-outs now, right? Because you bring up comps. So let's push this forward. Kyle Tucker is about to be a free agent. He lives in Florida. If he signs with the Yankees and has that New York City tax, which is awful, I dealt with it for years. Does he say, cool, I'm getting 500 and I want 350 on the signing bonus?
If they'll do it.
And then do states start to try and come after this and change laws all across the country? Because it's going to be billions of dollars.
I mean, they'll try, but I don't know how they can do it.
Yeah. I don't know. We could have a battle. If it becomes a trend, right? Like on the team side, if that's another leverage point for them to be like, sure, we'll do that.
I would think. I don't know. We'll see. We'll have to see how it plays out. There's very select few guys that can get this done, though.
Yeah.
Yes. Tucker be one of them.
And you have to think about the fact that when you talk about like changing laws, like these politicians who are going after Shohei's money are funded by people who are making Shohei's money for a lot longer than 10 years. Like people that fund their campaigns and stuff. So I get it. It's like big forward facing, but they changed these laws for athletes. They're going to start changing them for other people. And teams want deferred money. Teams want to not, like if you have, let's say he's getting a $20 million signing bonus. Teams do not want to pay him $20 million from March to September. They would much rather hold that $20 million and then take it out of a fund that they put in there themselves, made money. They're not paying the whole money. So if they can pay that lump sum at the end of the year, teams, big corporations always want to do that.
Yes.
Always, especially when you're talking about this kind of money, because they're making extra millions on that money that they're paying out that they wouldn't had they had to pay him on the 1st and 15th of every year. So teams want deferred, and I'm sure teams probably even want the signing bonus, but I don't know all the schematics of it.
The only thing with the signing bonus risk is you do have a legit chance that games will be missed coming up, and then you aren't getting that discount on the games missed. Right?
Yeah,
if you miss a quarter of a season,
they're not worried about that for a year.
I mean, they shouldn't be, but I'm saying if you give a guy almost all of it in signing bonus. What Kratz really wanted to say, by the way, was there's some politicians that just want good seats at a Dodgers game. So they're going to put that out there, and then it'll fade.
Yeah, notice it hasn't been talked about for a while.
Exactly.
Yeah, it went away. Once they won the World Series, it went away kind of quickly.
Let me get my binoculars, see who's sitting in the suites these days at Dodger Stadium. Oh, I saw you yelling about the taxes.
Yeah.
Well, anyway, it was interesting. I know some of you are going to watch this afterwards and be like, oh, it's so gross to talk about how the tax manipulation works. It's not. We're just giving you the information. We're not doing it.
No.
I've got
it. Wasn't us. But I'll say this, by the way. Every person, I mean, I'm assuming you guys have accountants. People have accountants. When you do write-offs, that's kind of this. I mean, it's not the same thing, but it's similar.
It's in the category.
Yes, you're trying to save money on your taxes. Everybody tries to save money on their taxes.
Yes.
I mean, I write off Scott as a dependent.
Really? I thought you write me off as an expense. Oh,
that's
my expenses
You're
were
a
brutal.
dependent.
That's the same thing.
Same thing, Scott. That clearly didn't have an account.
I had to pay for all of his gluten-free pretzels. FT fam, you got to check out what Harry's brings to the table. And I hope that if you're listening to this, you check out the video version of this conversation at some point, because that razor, Eric Kratz, looks like it stands out for multiple reasons.
I mean, I'll take the cover off. All these blades, each one of them ridiculously sharp, make for a nice smoothness here and up there.
German engineered blades made in their own factory. They stay sharp longer. Okay. You've got customizable delivery options. Harry stands out for the sharpness, for the pricing, for the variety. And you can get a 5-blade razor, a weighted handle, foaming shave gel, and a travel cover for just $3 at harrys.com/Val. Get the edge on your shave with Harry's. Normally, their trial set's $13 right now. You can get it for just $3 at harrys.com/foul. That's our exclusive FT link, harrys.com/foul, for a $3 trial set.
Hey, everybody. Be sure to like and subscribe for more content.
We're back here every weekday, all year long, so do not miss an episode.
The videos are coming in all day. Here's another video you might enjoy.
Baseball the way it should be covered.